Hello everybody, my name is Anomalord and welcome to another exciting episode of Let's Play Pokemon Platinum. On the last episode, we made our way through the rest of Iron Island and we kicked out Team Galactic, and we evolved Cabbage Patch into its final form of Roserade. Let's have a look at its stats here. It's actually not doing so bad anymore. It's still not perfect, but certainly not as weak as it was as just a Roselia, so I gave it the experience share because it's still a little bit low-leveled, and it's not going to get an awful lot of use in the Canalave gym, but I definitely feel like it has become a lot more of a full-fledged member of the team now that it is fully evolved, so we'll see how that all sort of pans out as we continue. Now, we ended off in this little funky room, and there's some stuff that you can do in, I think it's this room. There's some stuff you can do in this room for events later on, but we don't have access to any of that right now. So, by Repel wearing off, we are going to step out of Iron Island, and we're going to hop on the boat back over to Canalave City. And now that we are back in Canalave City, I'll make sure we're all healed up here, and we are. Now that we are back in Canalave City, we are going to be challenging the gym, because that was the reason we went there, was to train for the gym, and now we're looking pretty decent to go on in there. This gym is a Steel-type gym, so we are going to be fighting a lot of Steel types, obviously. Looks a lot like the Fuego Ironworks, you may notice. And the best Pokemon we have for that at the moment is Big Bertha, which is why I was training Big Bertha. Black Belt Ricky has a Steelix. E-I-E-I-O. Sandstream is not gonna affect it too much because it's already immune to sandstorms, but I can at least use some super effective moves on it and not have it take half damage from it. Oh boy. Alright. Sandstorm rages. Let's give it a crunch. And then I can take it down the rest of the way. That was a critical hit. I really just wanted to whittle it down below half so that I can Earthquake it again. If you don't have a ground type, and ground types honestly probably aren't even your best option in here, you also could use a... You could also use a fire type. Steel is weak to fire. But I think... Oh no, they're weak to fighting too. So Pen is going to be my other good option here, especially because it itself is Steel type. And Steel type resists a lot of things, including Steel type. So, you can already see the puzzle in action. We've got a maze. We got to take the right platforms on the way up in order to get where we are going. Or, take the right platforms on the way up to fight trainers. What am I gonna do here? Honestly, I'm gonna throw Pen in the front. I was thinking about it, and, Pen actually has more moves. Big Bertha's basically only got Earthquake, so... Pen has Brick Break, and if we're fighting any more Steelixes, other Steel ground types, then we have access to Surf, which is just powerful also on its own, so that's decent. We're gonna go with Brick Break on the Magnemite here. I'm not a huge fan of using contact moves on electric Pokemon because I'm always paranoid they're going to have static, but I am 95% sure Magnemite does not, so we're not going to worry about that. Another Magnemite, down it goes. And a third one. Now these guys aren't super threatening to us. We are we are at a fairly good level. The only Pokemon who's a little low level is Cabbage Patch, but Cabbage Patch isn't really going to get an awful lot of use in here, so that's alright. We are at a good level where we are mostly higher leveled than the gym trainer Pokemon, but compared to the gym leader, we are low leveled enough that it's still going to be a challenge. So we can see that you can't really get anywhere from there. So, where we want to go is to this one. We want to get on this one so that we can go over here and ride it on down to fight this trainer. And once we've fought them, we can access that lift over there. An ace has the knowledge and experience of battling at high levels that demonstrate what it means to be a noob like you. Well, I appreciate the compliment. Ace trainer's Scizor. Sounds like someone needs a good stab in the back. Alright, we got Scizor has a Scizor. Excellent. Good work, Pokemon Company. It's a bug and steel type, which is quad weak to fire, and not super weak against anything else, so we're gonna Brick Break it. I don't even think it's weak to flying. I think fire might be its only weakness. I think fire is its only weakness. And I do not have, oh boy, do not have fire moves. Actually, no, might be weak to ground as well. Let's see. I have used not Scizor because it's often kind of annoying to use Scizor. You have to evolve it from Scyther with a metal coat, and like, this is one of the only games I can think of where you can actually get a metal coat, like, easily enough that you can do that. But I have used a different bug steel type. I've used a Fortress in the past, and they're not bad. Defensively, they're pretty good, and Fortress is defense-oriented. Scizor just killed me. It's more attack-oriented, but it is also defensive, so it's a pretty good Pokemon. But, funnily enough, it has actually the same base stat total as Scyther, I think, so let's give it a fly. Will this do it? It will. And we defeated Ace Trainer Scizor. Ace Trainer Scizor. Having fought him, I think I would have to say that Scizor has a little bit too much power. Alright. Now, let's just quickly revive Big Bertha. And use a couple of Moo Moo Milks. Alright, continuing on, you can see that we can now access this, which will let us ride over here. Go down, nope, up. I don't know what I'm saying. Now, that red platform over there, you can see way back down there. That's ultimately what we're aiming for. That will allow us to ride up and fight the gym leader. But we have a few trainers we gotta fight before we can get there. Like you. Let us show you an example of that history. Alright, Worker Gerardo. Magnemite. And I'm gonna continue to Brick Break these. Brick Break only has 15 PP, which is not an awful lot more than Earthquake, but you know. Spread out the moves across more Pokemon. You know what? I wonder if I could just kill it with Surf. I wonder how much this will do. It took it out with a critical hit. Awesome. Don't know if it would have taken it out without the critical hit, but... saves me a use of Brick Break, so I don't mind. And I think... is Pemben holding Mystic Water? I think it's holding the Mystic Water. Sea Incense. Not as good as Mystic Water, but still does power up my Water-type moves. Alright. Hello, sir. Ah-ya! We're coming out swinging with super heavy judo chops. You don't chop people in judo. You throw them. Black belt, David. Alright, Steelix. I can surf this thing, and it will be weak to it, so that is nice. Down it goes in one shot. And another Steelix. Get that there. Lots of Steelixes. Was one of the first Steel-type Pokemon designed actually as such when Steel-type was first introduced. Cabbage Patch, level 35, it's actually getting back up to a more reasonable level. You know what? Actually, having a quick look at, it is our lowest level. I think I will give it a rare candy just to get it up to where the rest of my Pokemon are here. Alright. Rare candies don't give... So, this is going to get a little bit into the weeds of Pokemon, but when you defeat a Pokemon, the game gives you effort values, which help raise up your stats in specific ways. I'm not even entirely sure how they work. You can, like, EV train by fighting specific Pokemon, and it will, like, cause specific stats to go stupidly high. But rare candies level you up without giving you any effort values, so your stats aren't as good when you level up with rare candies. But using one once in a blue moon just to get a Pokemon up that extra level, not too bad. Alright, let's fight you. By focusing only on one type, you really see the strengths and weaknesses of that Pokemon. Yeah, and you very quickly figure out that it's a terrible idea. One of my friends has done a couple of runs through various Pokemon games using only one type, and, requires some advanced planning to do it right. Why am I surfing on this thing? It's not to it. Lives on a little bit of health. You know what? That's not so bad. I probably can, even though it'll resist it, I can probably Aerial Ace and it'll just go down. Yep. I thought so. And Bronzor, another Bronzor. I'm gonna have Good Feather deal with it because it's also part Psychic. Good Feather should be able to do some nice damage to it with Payback. See. Or not. Guess I'm wrong. Cool. Guess that would make sense because it is also pretty defensive. And Steel might resist Dark too, actually. You know what? Big Bertha, let's spread out this experience even more. To just... it's using Gyro Ball. That does more damage based on how heavy you are. So it doesn't do an awful lot with Bronzor. Bronzor does evolve into a Pokemon called Bronzong, which is very heavy, so Gyro Ball does quite a bit of... Oh, and it's got Levitate. What the heck am I doing? I knew it had Levitate. I can crunch it. It's not going to do a ton. Okay. This is... We're doing great. This battle's going super well. And I have no one to blame but myself. Come on. Let me actually hit you, please. There we go. And I'm still not actually damaging it enough to take it down. Come on. There we go. Barely getting any. No one's gonna level up. Excellent. And another Bronzor. Alright, let's learn some lessons from that one, and, we'll just have, let's just have Pen surf it. That actually did the most. And then I can just, oh, this thing's at level 38. This is on level with us. But I got a critical hit and killed it in one shot, so, you know. Not too bad. Level 39. We're not looking so bad ourselves. Trying to learn Whirlpool, which is not a great move. Very similar to Fire Spin. Not useful to me. Defeated Ace Trainer Brianna. Your focus was too narrow-minded. You were using one specific Pokemon, not just like one Pokemon type, but... Okay, and with that, we have found the elevator back up to the gym leader here. And we will take him on next time. Thank you very much for watching. Leave a like and subscribe if you care to, and I will catch you all on the next Let's Play Pokemon Platinum.